Bruh, even a voice actor is making jokes about the Street Fighter 6 box art. A lot of people over the past week, ever since they revealed it at the Game Awards, they've been roasting the Street Fighter 6 box art. But we do have to talk about the Street Fighter 6 box art, because there's a lot of people that think it's cool for the new age, and there's others that's like, this is not it. They have better promotional material. So instead of just being a basic YouTuber and just talking about my thoughts on the box art, I give you examples of box art with my homie Avataryaya just to talk about Street Fighter 6 box art in huge detail and our thoughts about it. Today is a little discussion, so if you guys would like to hit the video, sit back, chill, and hear our thoughts on box art. How do you feel about the Street Fighter 6 box art? And remember, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get right into it. We are back. Alright, y'all saw Arrow. I'm just going right into it. So y'all saw Arrow last time we was roasting the characters that shouldn't get back in Street Fighter 6, and they put fucking E Honda in the game. The first character I said he got in the game, I was so angry. I was internally raged. I was like Homelander, okay? But today we bring in a discussion about the Street Fighter 6's box art, okay? So, offer of Arrow, how you feel about the box art? Introduce yourself, do whatever.
You know, it's the boy Avataryaya. You saw me last time on, it's been a while, you know, since the last Street Fighter 6 video.
Mm-hmm.
But the box art, I think it's fine, but I know why people don't like it, because, you know, Luke, or people already don't like the character, and now that he's making a goofy Popeye face while he's on it, it kind of looks lame. I'm not gonna hold you.
So we all mutually agree that is Luke right now, right?
It's pretty much Luke.
It's Luke. Okay. So here's the thing, right? I think with the Street Fighter 6 box art, it's trying to go for this esports vibe, trying to get a new modern audience with the game, while trying to appeal to, like, you know, the people that buy the game, you know. I do think it's weird when you're on your 6th installment, you should not try to alienate the fans, personally, of the previous installment. I don't know how much Street Fighter 5 has sold with all the other editions, but it is in the millions, you know.
Yeah.
And I think
really high.
And I think the box art, what makes me mad about the box art, like, number one, is just like, if you look at the deluxe editions, the digital edition, the ultimate edition, right, they have different colorways, right? So the orange one looks raw. I like the ultimate edition one, but that's not going to be the box you get in stores, right? Yeah. But when you hear Street Fighter, right, I guess they're trying to do this whole MMA thing with Luke, make it appeal to a different generation of people that may or may not play fighting games. So I get why Capcom's doing that. But for the hardcore fan, you need to throw some stuff on there that reminds people that it is a Street Fighter game, right? It feels completely not as connected, per se, as the other box arts of Street Fighter, right? Yeah. And that's where I'm at with it. Like, it's just like Luke, then they got the little cut. I hate the cutoff 6 they got. That tilts me. Like, my OCD goes off. That makes me lose my mind. Like, Capcom, fix that right now.
They could have just used the Street Fighter with the little 6 logo at the end of it, because they have a version of that.
Yes, they could have did that, but they literally cut off the 6. And, like, if I didn't know it was Street Fighter, right, I'd be like, all right, it's Street Fighter. But that little orange part with where his fist is, it pisses me off. Yeah. Like, it blows my mind. Literally, what I would have done is so much other space you could have done. It didn't have to be, you know, simplicity is key. I'm not a key graphic designer. At one point, I was going to school for graphic design, right? But I would have thrown, like, Luke. If you're going to do the Luke, right, throw Luke, find some way to show off the new generation, and put the old in the background. You know, like how anime intros be? Like, you'll have, like, Deku, Midoriya, and then you got, like, All Might and another person in the back, because now you know, like, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just really like, yo, it don't hurt me at the end of the day, honestly, because I'm going to play the game. I care about the gameplay more than the box art. Because there's some game box arts that I 100% do hate. I think are very, very bad for what we've known in the past. But marketing's changed, right? They switch things up, demographics change. For a lot of people, simplicity is key. Simplicity is a key thing. I'll use another example of a box art that is just as bad to me, right? But it gets the point across. The Dragon Ball Z Kakarot box art is probably one of the lamest box arts they got. for Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah. It's literally just Goku with the orange background. Like,
Yeah, it's like you put orange on orange, but like it's Dragon Ball. More people know Dragon Ball than Street Fighter, or willingly will play it. Right at this point, Dragon Ball is a way bigger multimedia than Street Fighter is, at least from numbers, I believe. So there's that. So I want you to drop. What's a box art you think is good?
a box art I think is good is Tag 2. Tag 2 had a great fucking box art.
If more Japanese devs or just in games in general, when they have different box art, just make the other one reversible. I think Tag 2 was amazing. Tag 2 was probably one of the best box arts I've ever seen for Tekken. That game, like seeing the art of that sticks out to me. All right, Street Fighter 6 box art doesn't do anything for me, especially when it feels like Capcom's kind of pushing, they're kind of pushing Luke down our throat. It already is hard to push that character. People don't really love Street Fighter 5. Like I like it to its extent, but I can't lie, like there was some issues with Street Fighter 5. There's people out here that still got a hate bone like Fighter 5 is dog water trash. Like that's how they feel. I get it, but people already have their mindset on characters, the way they're gonna think about characters and stuff like that. So that's what Luke fumbles the bag for me with that box art. Now I'm thinking about. But Tag 2 is a phenomenal pick. I think Tag 2 is kind of OD. And I feel like if you're a person that don't really follow video games 24/7 and stuff like that, like in the store, thinking about it in the store perspective, you walk in the store, you see Street Fighter 6, you be like, oh, this is an MMA game? And they're gonna be like, huh, who is this? Oh, this look cartoony, put it back down.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to appeal to the audiences that have been playing Street Fighter for millions of years, it's like Capcom is kind of using this like graffiti third strike energy, but not pushing it. And I wish the box art had the graffiti-esque flair to it. That's what I really want.
It does, but I feel like they didn't do enough.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to keep it like toned down for the box art, which I get, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of shit on the box art because then it just looks weird. Right. But if done tastefully, you can do it. Mm-hmm. So, I for one think they should at least add Ryu to it.
Yeah,
so,
that's what. That's it. That's the one. Look. Luke in the middle, Ryu, Chun-Li, Kimberly, Jamie. That's all they need. They didn't have to make them big. Or you could have just pulled a Mortal Kombat where they just throw Scorpion on there. Who don't know who Scorpion is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's the thing. Throw Ryu on there. Because
it's funny that we're talking about this whole like Street Fighter 6 thing, because the same thing happened with 5. Because 5's box art is literally just Ryu with his arms crossed.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was actually I was in the boat that Street Fighter 5 box art was kind of... See, that's good to hear that perspective, because, that always happens within gaming, right? People say, oh, we love this, and then the director be like, but I saw y'all hating on it on Twitter.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
But at least the Street Fighter 5 box art, right? And that's because people were just hating on the game completely with 5. Street Fighter 5's box art, I think having the Ryu and the solid art of it, it gives off more of a Street Fighter-esque vibe than ever. Because I do feel like they're trying to push Street Fighter to new heights, like esports, things of that nature. The game seems like it's already built for the competitor and the casual to both enjoy the product. And I feel like that's what they're aiming for with Street Fighter 6, instead of just trying to just make a fighting game. My biggest hot take with fighting games, I tell you this, you have to make more than a fighting game. You have to make a video game, meaning a good product, quality stuff in it, right?
Something that's fun to play.
That's
not
fun.
Just
like
playing against people.
You know how people be with fighting games. They'd be like, all you do is fight people. And you go crazy like, why? Why are you mad at that? But then you think about it, like, duh, that's the point. It's a fighting game. But then you think about it, you bring up some of people's favorite shooters. Call of Duty, you walk around shoot people, but they give you multiple ways to shoot people. You have Warzone, you have DMZ with 3 players, you have Capture the Flag, you have Kill Confirmed, and I feel like fighting games have been lacking in that department and making it appealing to people. And I think Street Fighter 6 is going in the right direction with the game. I feel like the marketing to me could be a hit or miss sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? That I think are really great. Brings up Marvel vs. Capcom 2 box art with Hulk. I think it's Mega Man on it. That's a really good box art. But the reason why that box art works and why it probably would be weird for Street Fighter 6 is because the way that box art was set up, it's used as like a tag game. It's like it's telling you like, all right, these you gonna be head to head with two characters. That's the energy it gives off. I think Street Fighter Alpha 2, like he said, was also another good box art. That box art slap. Kuma, you have Ryu, you got the logo. It gives a central point of like, all right, they finna toss hands. At this point, if you've been playing Street Fighter growing up, you know this is Street Fighter with those characters.
I think moving away from Capcom a bit,
Okay.
I think SNK with 15, amazing box art.
Okay.
I think that one is like really, really good.
Yeah.
Because it shows off the new generation of characters while also having the old gen of characters in the background, like all the main characters from that. So I think that's a really good one.
Yeah. And I think it's very important too. Even like, here's the thing that y'all don't know either. Box arts are probably even more important now than ever, since a lot of people are getting digital games. These companies use those box arts, right? They use the box arts as a way to say, oh, yeah, we're gonna make this the little dashboard image. So if you're scrolling through PlayStation Store and the thing looks appealing, you're gonna click and download it, right?
Yep.
Prime example, Multiverses is crazy because we have no other game with all those characters on it. You scrolling by on the PSN, you see Finn, Batman, Shaggy, Garnet, all of them in it. And you just like, hold on, wait a minute, what is this? I'm gonna click on it. So those little scroller bars can help make sales too. And a lot of companies will just take the box art and make it the dashboard icon.
Yep.
So that way for people, like, you don't really feel like you're losing out on holding a tangible case because you still get the image digitally after purchase, right? I'm a big physical person, but sometimes if it's easy for me to get it because I game share with my homie, I get it digitally. But if I get it at a later date and I really want the physical, I'll just buy it the physical. But at the end of the day, for me, I don't care. I just think the box art, a lot of people are complaining about the box art with Street Fighter 6. It ain't the end all be all. They can fix it, they can change it. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on the box art as well. I think that's something I wanted to talk about. What would you do to change the box art though?
I'd make it more a versus theme instead of here's the new gen theme.
See, because I was getting that vibe from the trailer when they first showed the gameplay. When you walk in with the character, you have like Chun-Li, Ryu, then you have like Jamie and Luke. I keep forgetting. I'm trying to put Luke in my brain. Like it's not clicking yet, and he's been around for some years now. I think that's a big thing that game has that no other game does. And it's just weird that they didn't go for that. Having a new school versus old school. I would have loved to see like Ryu and Chun-Li versus like Jamie and some other character on a box art. I don't know. But
they can either do the versus thing with like 4 characters, or they can just do a simple just Ryu versus Luke, because everyone knows Ryu. So if you see Ryu, it's like, oh, this is a Street Fighter game,
right?
And he's versus this like new weird guy. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
it's Popeye. Like, I don't know who this is.
Popeye. Everybody calling him Popeye.
So, yeah. So it would gauge interest while also telling people who may not know the actual official name, and people just know Hadoken. So they see Ryu, it's like, oh, that's Ryu. Hey, he got a beard now. He looking suave. Like, he's good. So they'll at least like pick it up and try it for saying, oh, who's this weird guy? I don't want this guy. Maybe does it even have Ryu in it? We don't know. So
yeah, I feel that. And it's I don't know. I've seen a lot of takes about the Street Fighter 6 box art. A lot of people don't like it. I just want to give my 2 cents. I think Capcom, if you do anything, you should probably change the box art. It feels like y'all are back in the logo situation again. I get what y'all trying to go for, but I just think the way y'all executing it is not it. And I would love for y'all to actually do another take on the box art. Now, we all know, people that's worried about this box art, if they don't change this one, don't be scared. Because every time Street Fighter does another iteration, even if they do like a complete balance patch or change, right? They throw out some new key art that can be changed and stuff like that, right? So look at Street Fighter, right? You had Street Fighter 5, then you had Street Fighter Arcade Edition. I think for most cases it's Ryu and Akuma from Arcade Edition. And then you have Championship Edition, which you have Ryu and Chun-Li. Like that hits.
Gil in the background.
And Gil in the background. Big 3 characters that people like from the game. Gil is a character that people wanted for so long. That's like the when I think of Third Strike, I think of Gil. That's for me. So that's big for me to see that in 5. With that being said, everybody go subscribe to Arrow. His link will be in the description. He will be added in the description, so you can just click on his name in the description now to go straight to his channel. He does Street Fighter content way more than me, so go subscribe to him. He does the gameplay stuff. We gonna get him right too. So that being said, follow me on Twitter, avataryayaTV_. All right, not TV. TV is the backup. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace. We out.
And stay determined.
I like that. See, that's broken. That's actually broken.
I've been the devil, I need me an arc in the heart of my breathing, I feel like Tanjiro. Walking this bitch with a sound, but I let you rock it, I keep me a domino. Bitch, I'm a